This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, November 18th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. On Friday evening, the Capitol broke a really disturbing story, and over at Central Special School in Edgewater, they reported that a student died on November 5th. According to the Capitol, officials did call 911 after the incident, and the county fire department and paramedics transported the boy to Ann Alsina Medical Center in Annapolis, where he later died. This came to light a full 10 days after the death. There was no notice given to the school community, and many parents are saying that they first learned about it in the Capital Gazette article. Also, if you read social media and a little bit of the chatter there, they dispute the school's statement that the child was properly supervised. The school does say they are investigating, but no one knows exactly what they're investigating or how they're investigating it. And yesterday, the Capitol had an editorial which really called out the school board to hold Dr. Arlotto and the school fully accountable for this investigation. What's disturbing about this is the lack of disclosure by the public school system. This is the second incident within the last month or so where a serious incident occurred at the school, yet they did not release any of the information to the public. You will remember there was a girl that was sexually assaulted during the Arundel High School homecoming game, and despite her parents' requests to put out a notice to the school did refuse, only acquiescing when it made the media. Anne Arundel County State's Attorney Ann Alsina has said that Terrence Selman of Brooklyn was sentenced to 20 years in prison on Friday for 2 counts of negligent manslaughter. Back on September 2nd of 2018, Selman was driving a Ford Expedition westbound in the eastbound lanes on U.S. Route 50. This was during that spate of time when we had a lot of wrong-way crashes on Route 50. His Expedition crashed into a Harley-Davidson motorcycle being ridden by 2 passengers who were both pronounced dead at the scene. They did collide head-on. When officers arrived on the scene, Selman was in the process of walking away from the collision, seemingly unaware that he had been involved in an accident and showing extreme impairment and incoherency throughout the interview. When measured, his blood alcohol content was 0.14. Maryland law says you have to be below 0.08, so he was about double the legal limit. Perhaps the biggest news over the weekend was that the moving trucks moved into the festival at Riva and moved all the furniture and fixtures out of CHUY'S. 2 years to the day after they opened, CHUY'S, the Mexican restaurant, is closed at the festival at Riva. We tried to contact their corporate headquarters in Austin, Texas, and have not heard back anything. The phone lines do have a recording advising that that location is now permanently closed. The location has been removed from their corporate website, and their local Facebook page has also been deleted. I don't think that closure is too much of a surprise. There is an awful lot of competition for the Latin-style dining here in Annapolis, and on eyeonannapolis.net, you can see we put a list of 25 restaurants that feature Latin style, and I define Latin very loosely from Taco Bell up to what I would consider true Latin food, but options within about a 7-mile radius. I know a lot of people are upset, but if you do hold a gift card from CHUY'S, they do have another location in Rockville, and you can redeem it there. Hey, if you're looking for something very cool to do, Maryland Hall next Sunday. It is 4-time Grammy Award winner Boney James, and he is going to be continuing his Honestly tour right here in Annapolis. Ram's Head on Stage is bringing them to us. It's going to be held at Maryland Hall. And James has racked up sales of more than 3 million records, 4 gold albums, 4 Grammy nominations, and Billboard magazine named him one of the top 3 contemporary jazz artists of the decade, along with Kenny G and Norah Jones. So if you are a fan of contemporary/smooth jazz, this will be a show for you to see. Again, it's Sunday, November 24th at Maryland Hall. You can get tickets at ramsheadonstage.com, but we're talking to Boney tomorrow, so you want to stay tuned to the Maryland Crabs podcast for that information. That'll be a lot of fun. I do enjoy speaking with artists before they come into town. And also, if you are interested in going to this show, tomorrow we're going to be giving away 2 tickets to see him on our Ticket Tuesday, all courtesy of the Ram's Head on Stage. Speaking of podcasts, I hope you caught our Saturday Legacy Business Spotlight with Landmarks Marketing, and that was really a good one for me because this is a business that has survived some ups and downs, and 31 years later, they're still going strong. This is a guy that invested in a print publication. They used to put books in every hotel room regionally. That's obviously shrunken a little bit with the way everybody is working on their smartphones. He's morphed into a deals program and then also into digital marketing. It's really fascinating to see the ups and downs that they've gone through and how they're still going strong. Great conversation with Ron Spatora from Landmarks Marketing. All right, that is about it. Stick around. We have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. He's coming up. And, of course, it is Money Monday, so we do have Ann Alsina from CovingtonAlsina. Hang tight. We've got all that in just 1 minute.
When a ring from the United States Naval Academy comes into Zachary's for a center stone, it always makes us wonder, where's this one going? Where's this one been? A nuclear sub in the North Atlantic? A carrier deck in the South Pacific? The moon? 52 astronauts are Academy graduates, from Iwo Jima to Okinawa, Corregidor to the Coral Sea, Midway to the Persian Gulf, Congress to the White House. These rings go where America goes. 73 that went to war were awarded the Medal of Honor. But wherever they go, wherever they may serve, our admiration goes with them.
Zachary's. Online at zacharysjewelers.com. More than a jewelry store, a jeweler.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, November 18th. The weekend brought more cold temps and breezy winds to the Annapolis region, and today will continue the below-average trend with plenty of clouds and highs only in the 45 to 50 degree range. Looking ahead, the rest of the week will bring more average to below-average temps, with the exception of Friday, which might bring a one-day warm-up into the 60s, but there will be plenty of sunshine from Tuesday into the weekend, with temps generally in the 51 to 57 degree range each day for highs, with nighttime lows generally in the 30s across all of Anne Arundel County as we get that much closer to kicking off the annual holiday season with Thanksgiving on the 28th. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is Macmedics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore-Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at macmedics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
Your money, managing and investing it can be confusing and sometimes scary. Here to help you put your financial picture into focus is Ann Alsina from CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Alsina of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. The market was up again last week with the Dow Jones Industrial Average crossing over 28,000. The Dow's record breaker was largely fueled by Apple's growth. That stock contributed 421 points to the index since the Dow reached 27,000. The S&P was up as well, reaching a closing high of 3,120. If you tuned in last week, you may remember we discussed required minimum distributions, or RMDs. If you are taking RMDs and are 70 and a half or older, another option is to make a qualified charitable distribution from your qualified accounts. That is, tax-advantaged retirement accounts such as IRAs and 401ks. Generally speaking, gifts made to a charity or nonprofit organization are tax deductible if you currently itemize your deductions. But with the larger standard deduction, fewer Americans itemize their tax deductions, which means you aren't able to get a tax break for the gift you made. On top of that, the RMD you are forced to take can increase the amount of your Social Security that is subject to taxes or cause your Medicare premiums to increase due to means testing. If you are charitably inclined, a qualified charitable distribution, or QCD, may help. A QCD is a gift to a nonprofit directly from a qualified account. The money goes straight to the nonprofit, and while it counts towards your RMD, the amount is not included in your taxable income. If you are taking RMDs, this is a strategy to consider. You should have a discussion with your financial and tax advisors. For more information and educational videos, please visit our website at www.CovingtonAlsina.com. All performance reference is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. This information is not intended to be a substitute for specific individualized tax advice. The opinions voiced in this show are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, and financial advisor or tax advisor prior to investing. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Alsina with CovingtonAlsina. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Great Valley Advisor Group, a registered investment advisor. CovingtonAlsina and Great Valley Advisor Group are separate entities from LPL Financial.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.